GameStop is up almost 3%, remaining resilient, and we are seeing massive call premium come in. What is good, Lottery Stocks fan? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. I want to talk about GameStop, AMC, crypto, and then the markets towards the end of the video. So watch until the end, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that other good stuff. It's all completely free. That is all I ask. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I noticed looking at the charts, and also I apologize, this video is going up too late. I've been super busy, but we can see that GameStop is actually building a candle right now on the 4-hour out of the first descending resistance level. Now, we did break out of this a couple times, but we never built a full 4-hour candle outside of this, prepping for a big move Monday, in my personal opinion. Second thing to note, we came down to my first level right here, and we actually wicked right below it, but we didn't actually come down to the zone 2. I've said it before. I assumed that we could possibly get down to zone 2, especially with what's happening with the market, but the market decided to scale back higher. GameStop also remained resilient, and I don't think they wanted to give people shares under $25. That is my personal opinion here. Now, we also on the daily time frame got a golden cross on the on GameStop's chart on the daily time frame, on the larger time frame. So we're now trading above 27.55. Now, if we close above 27 today, this is going to continue a gamma ramp going forward, and it's likely we are going to close above 27 today, which is extremely bullish. We are going to begin a gamma ramp going forward for next week, and we're also seeing tons and tons of buy orders being loaded up down here, raising the floor on GameStop as the ceiling gets raised higher and higher. We originally saw massive ceilings on GameStop, massive sell walls right at that $28.50 level, but it looks like they may break. It looks like GameStop is about to break above those. Now, if we also take a look, I'll show you back in a second, but $1.2 million this morning were purchased for $20 calls. $1.2 million worth of $20 calls for June were purchased this morning. So this could be a hedge, but we go on throughout the day. Then we saw over 3 million on GameStop in the money $20 calls for June 20th. Juicing call premium. It doesn't stop there. We saw call premium, net call premium go up to $4.4 million as GameStop traded up to around $27.50. So as we begin the next week, I assume we are going to see a lot of green. And this green is solely from the options chain. That is not including shares, which we have seen large buy blocks today as well in the dark pool, and mainly yesterday. Okay, so I want to point that out as well. Now, this is a very good point. Somebody could be doing this, selling deep in the money puts. We just saw the 90s, the 95s, the 100s, and the $105 puts being sold, which is bullish. They collected, pocketed tons of premium. Then they go in, use that premium to buy in the money or near the money calls, which we just saw. This could be pushing the price higher, right? Bidding GameStop's price higher and higher. I also wanted to note a couple other things real quick. First of all, we are in a very similar pattern to back here from November 2023 all the way into May 2024. We could be right at this level before a major run higher. Now, this is where we get speculative, and I don't want you to say that I am necessarily saying this, but the way I play these, I don't like to miss a possible move, right? I'd rather burn a little bit of money instead of missing a move that I've been waiting for. So what I look at here is this bars pattern is all it is from here. All it is from this November to where we're at now. This is what GameStop did, and it completely tracks exactly back here, and it brings you right to the same date, same time frames. November, where we got this pop right here, traded it, got this double top, descending channel, broke out in March, and it leads us right into May. Now, the charts aren't exact, but they're damn near close, and what that means is Monday, this isn't necessarily what I'm calling for, but Monday, we would see large gap ups happening. That also comes out to the next hype date where Roaring Kitty could come back. Now, again, like I said, a lot of people don't like the tin. They don't like calling for this stuff. That is okay. Don't get your hopes up. I'm not saying we are going to rip Monday, but I personally positioned for AMC as well and GameStop to have another move up Monday, which brings me into AMC. Well, I'll go over this first very quickly. If AMC is trading, same thing. Friday, May 10th, right here. Monday, we had this huge gap up. AMC looks like it's building pressure to have another move up. I think it'll just move with GameStop. It's going to have a large leg up as well, in my personal opinion. I thought it was on earnings based on the algorithm, and now we're just a couple days later. It could just be a couple days later. So I have positioned myself in AMC as well. Now, what do we see here? This is a court order, Supreme Court, State of Delaware. This is the AMC lawsuit for APE, the settlement. So basically, the case was originally dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can't be brought again. And then it was brought to a Supreme Court, and that was just basically just dismissed permanently. So this is, if anything, neutral news, but if anything, bullish news. This isn't bearish at all. But what this basically means is that AMC doesn't have to pay out any more settlement to anyone fighting the ape units or anything like that. So the legality of all the ape shit is gone. It's out of the way. It's closed. It's dismissed. Again, like I said, it's neutral. So that is what I wanted to talk about, bring up on AMC. That case is completely gone, dealt with. Moving on, and this still ties hand in hand with GameStop, we need to talk about Bitcoin. Yesterday, I have said time and time again, watch 99K, and if we break through that, that is bullish. The most bullish thing we could have gotten, I've said, was a break above 102,000 and a close above 102,000. We didn't only break above 99, we closed above 102,000. You can't make this up. Now we're trading at 103, 140, and this is a beautiful, beautiful move on Bitcoin with a lot of volume in this buy candle. What this tells me is, again, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. 109,000 is guaranteed. 113,500 is guaranteed. This is where you want to pay attention. Anything above between 116 and 124, GameStop, Bitcoin, the markets, they will be feeling extremely euphoric once we break 120,000. 116 to 124, we're going to see euphoria come in. We may see peak euphoria around 131 to 137. But these levels are not guaranteed. In my opinion, 116 to 124, guaranteed. Almost guaranteed, with a little bit of euphoria in there. 113, 500, guaranteed. Okay, this is just what I see, and these are very close ranges. And you might say, Lottery Stocks, well, people are calling for 250. People are calling for 400. Let me give you my outlook here, right? Bitcoin getting a super cycle. First of all, I fully assume, and I'll call this and I'll predict this, and you can keep me to it. I fully assume Bitcoin will touch 116,000. That is what I think will happen no matter what by June, in the month of June, and it's likely to hit 124,000 as well, 122, 124 in June as well. Secondly, I believe we could possibly, with peak euphoria, FOMO, and a lot of momentum, come up between 131 and 137 before falling further. Quarter 4 of 2026, we will not have a super cycle. I believe we are going to come up, maybe, just maybe, if things get insane, touch 152,000. And at this point, coming into later in the year, we are going to enter a terrible bear market. Where that's going to bring us, I don't necessarily know the down targets, maybe 58, maybe 52. That would bring Bitcoin very, very low. It would crush people. They'd feel the pain. They'd feel the agony. And that is ultimately what I assume will happen before a super cycle in 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. That is ultimately the long-term trade I see happening with Bitcoin. Where you're going to make money, personally, if you have been positioning in altcoins when things have gotten quiet, when things have gotten ugly. Ethereum now making a breakout, coming from 1,300 all the way up above 2,400. Disgusting. Ethereum is popping higher. People are assuming Ryan Cohen bought Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, but that's for another video. I also wanted to point that out as well before I forget talking about it. I I assume I said a little bit of tin on Twitter. A lot of people don't like this, or X. Ryan Cohen is likely going to come out if Roaring Kitty doesn't come out Monday. Maybe Ryan Cohen comes out Monday, but soon is the point being. It doesn't matter the exact date. Soon is the point being. They're going to come out and they're going to say, hey, we bought Bitcoin X dollars, and Bitcoin and GameStop's going to squeeze with Bitcoin. That's what I assume is going to happen. And even if they did say, hey, right, we bought Ethereum, okay, it's going to squeeze still. Altcoins outperforming. They're breaking trend lines. They're coming higher. I think altcoins are going to peak out late June, early July, after following Bitcoin shortly after. That is ultimately what I assume and what I expect. I want to bring you to the SPY really quick, but before I do that, I do want to state to get in my Discord server. It's the top link in the description of the video. We talk stocks and crypto with the most amazing people, best vibes, best family in there. I love all the Discord members. It's honestly just a great time making money, talking back and forth, laughing. I'm always laughing at my phone reading Discord chat. But yeah, join the Discord. We also have tons of alerts in there. It's well worth it. We have tons of AI trade alerts, high success trade flow, dark pool trade alerts, insider trade alerts, market news, and more. So if you guys aren't in there, get in there. It's the top link in the description. It'll say join my Discord. Yeah, just come try it out. If you don't want to stay in, that's fine, guys. Don't stay in. But I personally believe the value is way worth it. You will make that money back and time again in one trade setup. SPY 564.50 down 0.1%. It's basically flat. This is an uptrending, choppy market where right now the SPY is staying resilient. Okay, we come up, we reject, we come up, we make a new channel, we break out higher, and then we build a new channel. And what we could see for the SPY, I will just state very quickly, is yes, we saw a beautiful candle here, but the most volume we've seen in a bit since this candle is on this indecision candle. So what I will say, we are likely, even if we don't get a large sell-off, we are likely to test 555 one more time. We are likely to test 555 one more time. That is what I see happening before a move higher. Again, this doesn't have to be the case, but I don't see it going straight up. What I would like to see is a gap down Monday to 555, and then we start shooting up on market open. Okay, so pre-market overnight trading, gap down to 555, and we start trending up higher on the open. I also believe 570 is a hard resistance level, which we touched and we got smashed under. What's also scary is if we come down to 555, I do want us to climb. Like I said, I want us to climb. This is picture perfect scenario, a most ideal scenario, but we are back under the 200 EMA if we get there. Right now, we are holding the 200 EMA. That's why you're not seeing a lot of steam. Okay, bulls and bears are still fighting, but we are slightly in favor of the bulls. Okay, so I just want to point that out there right now. Lottery stocks, what happens if the market sells off and, is GameStop going to still squeeze? AMC going to still squeeze? Yes, last time, this is what I have drawn out on the chart. If that were to be the case, the SPY sold off a bit. And when GameStop and AMC peaked, SPY was selling off before climbing higher. So that's something we have to know as well. We could see a flush down to shake people out, and that is very well a possibility. Okay. As of right now, I've set it to Discord. If we see some sort of flash crash down, I don't see it lasting more than 2 weeks. Coming into June. If we see a crash, or if we need to see a crash, or a further deeper correction under 490, I think it has to happen in the month of May, and I'll put that out there right now. So if that is something that you're waiting for and calling for, I assume it'll happen in the month of May. Right now, VIX is trending closer and closer to 20. It's now at 22. What people are saying right now is they're saying, we'll start putting money back in the markets, but listen, we didn't get really good news. But Bitcoin and SPY are, they're starting to look green, and I don't want to miss the moves, but we didn't get really any good news. Like, why is the SPY running? Why is the market running? And that's just what we have to look at, right? It's not below the 20. We could easily get a pop on Monday, and we could easily see a flush down. And then another big warning signal is it doesn't look like institutions piled their money in just yet. So that is what I will leave you with. Whatever happens with the SPY, we have a couple of predictions. Whatever happens with the SPY, I do still believe we are seeing almost a decoupling, at least with GameStop and Bitcoin. Bitcoin now above 103,000, with GameStop's potential announcement coming, a potential Roaring Kitty comeback, all this other stuff, a gamma ramp happening. I don't really care if the SPY flushes down very quickly. So that is just what I will put out there. This video is mainly for those plays. Tesla, I just want to talk about a resilient play here. Tesla is just remains bullish, and I've called this out before at 270, said we're going above 300. It was a beautiful trade. We got actually up to 308 today on the daily. We're up 4.5%, still 298.50, and this is just a beautiful thing to see. Tesla could gap up to 326 on Monday, or we could see a little bit of a rejection, but ultimately momentum looks strong. I believe Tesla will continue higher. MicroStrategy, another outlier, coming all the way up to 430, which ultimately I have a price target at 445 if Bitcoin broke 100K, and we did that. So I just assume we are going to get up there. But that is what I got for you guys for today's video. Don't forget to press the top link, join my Discord. The third link to get Moomoo, get 60 free stocks. All you have to do is sign up, make an account, make a deposit in there. Amazing broker. The second link is for a funded futures account. Use code LOTTO at checkout, all caps, to get 50% off. You can have 3 accounts at a time. All that other good stuff, guys. Take a look through the links in the description. Don't forget to, if you want me to cover a specific ticker or you just want to leave a tip, don't do it in the super thanks. Come down here and leave that tip. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure to have post notifications on and be in my Discord so we can chat. I love you all. God bless. Lottery sucks out.